we doing today? We're having conversations on learning with technology. And this is a conversation that's taking place with parents of incredible students, each at various levels of learning and abilities, and we brought in different people from the community to deliver workshops on this subject. And what we're going to do today is have a conversation about what people are gaining from this event. My name is Jennifer Corriero. I'm Executive Director of TakingITGlobal, and I'm here with Robert Margalecci from Mindshare Learning. And we're going to help moderate this conversation, aren't we?
Absolutely. It's been a great start to the morning. We had Michael Furnick, your co-founder of TakingITGlobal, with a kick off with a wonderful keynote and help really frame the conversation today. And we've got a wonderful group of parents and a police officer locally who will give us their perspective on the morning and how to support parents.
And the three parents that we have are Vicky, and she has an 8-year-old and a 5-year-old, Jeff to my right, who has an 11-year-old, actually 2, and Maurice, who has a 10-year-old. And Officer Elizabeth, we may come to you after we hear from the parents because we are curious about what you covered in your workshop. But I'd actually like to start with you. We were talking a little bit earlier about you had some skepticism when we were coming into this. So can you tell us a little bit about what your mindset was coming into today and what you've been gaining from the discussion so far?
I'm a little fearful in the beginning about technology or the computer in regards to the children, security and other areas like that. But after going through some of the workshops and listening to today with the digital citizenship and the different things they're learning in the classroom to be more safe on the computer, I'm much more secure with that. And I'm looking at the different things that they're being asked to help them learn with the word queue and other areas in that regard. And I'm seeing that there's a definite aid to them to help them to learn and to inspire them, like with the Hero Project, where they actually find a hero. And there was one story with David Virgo, which was a truck driver that died, and the involvement that the child had with that, I thought that was just amazing. So I've definitely been inspired with what's happening today.
So what's the one takeaway? What are you going to do when you go home, and
well,
how does that help you connect with your child?
I truly believe that we're going to implement a lot of the things that have been taught to us today, and I'm going to put him have his own computer. Is what he's going to
Okay, wow, so your son's getting a new computer as a result of today.
We're making progress.
This is exciting, and it's announced, so you know.
It's on video.
It's on video. Jeff, sorry, did you?
That's what we were just talking about before, is that, yeah, he's going to get one this Christmas, and that I believe that he'll be okay with it.
Great.
Solid with that.
Thank you. Now, Jeff, you have students here at this school. Well, how does it feel to be able to attend this workshop and learn a little bit more about what projects have been going on, just getting a different perspective?
Yeah, it's absolutely wonderful. You know, we engage with our kids all the time, and we think we know what they're up to at school and the projects they're working on, and we try and contribute to it as much as we can. But coming to an event like this, I really learned that there's a lot of things that I don't know that they're doing, which is all great. And it's encouraged me to get more involved with them, participate online with things that they're doing. You always, as a parent, think that when they're online, it's kind of their playtime and they're playing games and doing things like that. But there's so many opportunities to engage with the world, to learn different skills that they can carry with them forever. And I think that's my biggest takeaway today, is how powerful technology is these days and how it can help them be better people moving forward.
Great.
Fantastic.
Vicky, I was chatting with you a little bit before. You mentioned being a little bit fearful about technology. How has today helped you conquer that fear, or at least think about how you might approach it?
It basically gives me an opportunity to look to see what's available out there for parents. That's what I'm hoping to take away, as well as speaking with Officer Elizabeth with the safety part of it. Because my kids are just becoming to that age group, being 5 and 8, trying to get to the same level at least, because you know they're going to far exceed anything that I could possibly. I'm not technically inclined, so you know, I'm just trying to just keep my head above water so that when they do want to learn things, my 8-year-old is so inquisitive, especially right now, about the environment. I didn't know what was available at school as far as technology. Now, my school may not be as technologically updated as Fieldcrest, but this gives me a little bit more fuel, and to go to my school and talk to the principal and say, you know, what are you doing, just for curiosity's sake, and seeing the benefits of what it could bring to my children as they get older, for sure.
Wonderful. I love that follow-up initiative will be there. Robert?
Over to you, Officer Elizabeth. You've been here taking in some of the morning conversations, the Q&A with the parents and some of their concerns in your presentation. What could you offer to parents who weren't able to be here in terms of 3 tips on how to ensure your kids are engaged in a positive way on the internet, and what to watch for as well?
I would say one thing that's really important is having, we have passwords, and one of the things I said in one of the presentations is we give our kids helmets when they go out on bicycles, but if that helmet's not put on properly, the helmet's not going to protect them. So when we have passwords, we have to make sure that the passwords are strong passwords, or the passwords, just like that helmet, it's not going to sit there properly. So to really make sure that we make sure that the passwords are mixed up numbers, letters, uppercase, lowercase, that we, I even suggested going online and looking at the top 10 passwords, and then don't use them. Right. Okay? Most people want the ones that are easy to remember, but that's also the ones that are easy to hack.
Right.
So passwords is a big message.
And avoid sharing them with friends.
Absolutely. Yeah, we went over the whole, best friends one day and not the next, right? Especially us ladies tend to do that. Also, I gave some sites for them to go to, just for safety blocks, sort of wanting to make sure that you know what your kids have been on for the day, what you can block them from going on to. And if you don't know what the sites are, you can just, the nice thing about the internet is that we can learn so much from it. So go onto Google and look up these sites and just put in a search so that you can get some kind of technology that you can use to block your kids from using certain things. Also the dangers. It's really important that parents are aware of the dangers, because our children were born into the internet. So they have no fear of the internet. We know that fear, so we need to make sure that we don't scare them, but educate them, and that's really important too.
Absolutely. As a digital immigrant, I find that this is a fascinating session, and kudos to Simcoe County District School Board and Mally Bickley and Taking It Global for partnering in delivering this innovative parent session today, because a couple of my takeaways would be for our Mindshare report is to actually have a parent component. We talk about student engagement, but parental engagement is really important. And so that's going to be a focus for us going forward, is to create more awareness and support for parents and understanding the whole EdTech space, as we call it. So this has been a great morning for me and really enlightening. I appreciate the opportunity to participate along with Taking It Global and Jennifer Corriero.
So I'm standing here beside my favorite teacher in the entire world, Mally Bickley, and she organized this whole event today with her heart and her love for learning and her love as an educator to really bring parents into the mix, into the conversation, and to help them feel empowered and equipped. So Mally, how are you feeling about the day, and what was your highlight?
I thought the day went really well, and I'm really excited because parents really are key in a child's education, and I think they really came to understand why we were using the technology, and it's not just about pushing buttons, it's about making connections and communicating and collaborating and using tools like our classrooms and Taking It Global and connecting with real projects like my favorite project, Deforestation, and really understanding why we're using that. And I think my favorite part of the day was the discussions, and we had parents here who came with questions in their mind and a little trepidation, and I think by all of the conversations we had before and during the workshops and at lunchtime and during the digital playground, where they were actually able to use some of the tools that our students used during the day, I think that was my favorite part. It's just the real deep conversations and focused conversations on their kids.
Well, I just want to thank you on behalf of all the parents here. Even though my child is not, a student in this school, it was definitely a sentiment of people seeing a lot of excitement that's going on, and also parents wanting to know, what can they do to bring this kind of programming. So it's not just about the technology, but it's about students being actively engaged and inspired and connected to the world and to opportunities that match their skills and their interests. And you do that every day day with your students. So I want to thank you for bringing that possibility to the parents here, and hopefully it'll be a catalyst for other parents to get more involved in figuring out what their kids are up to with technology across the country.
I think we've started something, and I'm really excited to see where it leads with some of the parents.
So hopefully you will help us take this to the next level.
Bye.